Roadside service with WAPTEK, good, bad, indifferent, Java. Hopefully no ugly. Tom Spinham, PA. Dinner with WAPTEK must be tough. You say something, say internet, and he rolls for 10 minutes. And all you can say at the end is, can you pass the salt? He brings his own utensils, crafted from the saw blades video he posted. I'm not like that at all. I'm okay. Everything's fine. So anyway, yesterday someone asked me why I made a video about net neutrality and what it was about. So I explained it to them. Oh, another I've got it. Oscar Tappa, bucket of ink. I try that with my wife. Well, it's like I am the squid. So anyway, a lot of people appreciated the video, but most people didn't note that the thumbnail for the video is a munition. I'll include a link in the previous video so you can go look it up. I'll put it. I thought I put it at the bottom, but I'll put it at the bottom. It's a good one. Next. Here are the comments that are... this is about the same video where I explain a part of net neutrality. I'm just going to say that because I didn't say it in the previous video. Concerning domain names and IP addresses and all the other standards we use not getting meddled with by people with money. Like Microsoft wanting to make the HTML you used Internet Explorer only. Or Google trying to make it Google Chrome only. We're helping you. We're here to help your internet. If a company with a huge financial basis to lie to you says they're helping, they're lying. Can we get that done? And not having them have an inroad through anything through politics means that the internet is neutral. It doesn't bias. And a lot of people hate that. I want to point that out. But anyway, Mike Martin's posts. This is not good. Goodbye streaming, movie sites, half the YouTube, and all porn. No. This doesn't have an effect on it. This means that it has to follow, the simple rules are for a domain name is, it has to follow the rules for a domain name as far as its technical structure and making sure it doesn't do anything really outrageous. If it does something outrageous, like contain the characters to cause a virus install on your machine. Yes, someone tried to make a domain name that was a Java string that would install a malware routine. Obviously that wasn't allowed because when they made the request it looked like a virus install. Really, yeah. But no, this doesn't affect streaming or movie sites or anything. This is Mike Martin's. Did you get this from a laundry list, a Gish Gallop, if you will, a pushback of here are all the consequences if you let Obama give the UN the internet. Never mind that the UN is not getting the internet from Obama or anybody. Never mind that it's not Obama, it's been going on for a long time. Where'd you get this from? Now, I'm asking honestly, because I'm curious which spin-doctoring, salesmanship, advertising company in Madison Avenue is feeding this to everybody. Politics became advertising a long time ago. And I'm going to track down which politician is the quote source. Now on to the next one. It's not being insulting. I don't, unless you give me the rest of the information, I don't know how to evaluate it, but that screams very loudly somebody saying something that can be put on a t-shirt or fired off on Facebook without question. These are carefully crafted mimetic attacks. That's the way it is. Trust me, I've dealt with this a lot longer than most of you know about. Oh my God. Speaking as an attack helicopter activist. Next. That's a joke about, well anyway, here we go. Documenting Dangerous Skies says, now this is stuff apparently from Britain. I didn't know you're a Brit. I'm sorry. Trigger warning. But anyway, this is not anything to do with Britain. But anyway, here we go. A certain female dog that has stepped into prime minister position has basically just abolished human rights bill in the United Kingdom. Now, I'm going to say something pretty quick here. That entire statement, even if you're not cut and pasting it, even if you're just getting it from stuff you've learned on the net, screams propagandist. That doesn't sound like something that's real. I'm betting that it was the last time someone said that about our Bill of Rights, it was to recodify it in modern language so the Bill of Rights or whatever it was was in normal English language in a courtroom, so you didn't have to quote verbatim Old English. And that was in, like, New England? I forgot. I'll try to look that up. But it was literally, that was all it was. It was, you can't use ye old as a requirement. You can just say it in ordinary speech. And someone said, oh, they're throwing out the Bill of Rights. It was somebody really not just coming up with a consequence or argument from consequence. They were just making crap up. I don't know what this is based on. The next statement you make is Richard Branson and Jeremy Corbyn took over the news story whilst it was happening. Okay, so you're saying these two individuals are spin doctors and they're lying about stuff. But then again, what you just posted above screams, it oozes propagandism. It's newspeak. I don't know. I can't let it post because it's not the topic of the video. Next part. Yet, I'm interpolating here. I'll put it below. Yet, WAPTEK believes nothing is going on. I don't get WAPTEK. I don't understand. Okay. Nothing is going on? Oh, yes, there is. There's plenty of going on. The point is that, oh, I saw something over here happen that's wrong. I'm going to make up bull crap to make it sound worse so it'll sell it. Which means everybody gets to shoot down the bull crap, and your original point that's real, and in most cases isn't supported by anything other than observing maybe one or two times, that gets ignored because you lied too much. Now, this is what happens when you propagandize the hell out of things. People like me point out the easy shoot downs. It's a lie. It has no basis. There's no record for it. It has an origin story from the 1880s, and it was a sci-fi book. Your mom did it. It's not allowed for you to demand that I take everything and believe. What you're saying here is you won't believe everything that is said about stuff. I don't believe mainstream news. I double check them. And they're notoriously bad at not including links to stuff, but they usually make a slip, oops, and let me find out where the story comes from, and I critique them just as much as everybody else does. But they don't outright lie as often as I get from half-truthers. Everybody who's spin doctors, everybody who's a propagandist, everybody who goes politics before reality gets hit a broadside from me every time. No exceptions, not even you at this point. I'll look into, if you want me to, I'll look into the UK Human Rights Bill and see if it's something that was already in place. Human Rights Bill or Bill of Rights. See, these have different meanings and subtleties to them. I don't know what this is based on. We had one little spin doctoress show up in the state legislature saying, I have a human rights bill, and it was basically a every man needs to be castrated bill. Polishing a turd doesn't change whether it stinks. Sticking feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken. Everybody lies to you in a way that you'll accept. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. I don't know where this is coming from. I'll look into it, I promise. But shouldn't you do this and should make the assertion? What is the basis for this? Yes, every time anybody posts anything to my channel that has links in it, it gets thrown in the spam folder. I declare it not spam. Dear YouTube, stop doing that. It's not spam. I have had literally 2 spams since I've had any channel on YouTube. I'm not kidding. One of them was yesterday. Yeah, that's how often it happens. Dear YouTube, shut up. Next. I don't believe everything I'm told. Yet you believe nothing is going on. No, I think everything's going on. I just don't believe in things that are factually not real, that are not there, that are bullcrap. Now we're going to get on to something you're ignoring, and everybody else is ignoring. And I try to ignore it even though I'm aware of it. Did I remember the previous comment about me being at a dinner table and somebody says internet? Let's see how fast I can do this one. Okay. Let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. Network Solutions, GoDaddy, the whole shittin' match of places you can buy a website from, or a website domain name. Most people don't know about this, so we're going to cut through this chaser. I want to set up a website named flamingkitten.com. It's probably there already. If you go look it up, it'll probably say, you too can buy this domain name because GoDaddy owns it, or whatever. Domains by proxy, whatever. But what if it's there and not there? You type it in flamingkitten.com, nothing shows up, it says no domain name. And remember, you didn't look it up through Google. Don't look it up through a company. Go to a blank screen. Don't let Google Chrome, Mozilla-owned Firefox, or Apple-owned anything search for it. You have to type it in and get a fail message. Oh, this is available. No one owns the domain name. No one's thought of this unique combination, special snowflake sequence of letters and numbers that I just typed in for a .com. I'll go buy it. Now, full stop, who do you go to not get gouged? How much is a domain name worth? Do you go to a nonprofit that you guys think is being taken over by the UN when it's not? Or do you go to GoDaddy that will immediately buy it and sell it to you for 5 to 20 times the amount they paid for it? Instantaneously. They always do this. Here's another thing. You own a domain name. It never went through GoDaddy or anybody. And then you come to WAPTEK and have them help you. They stole my domain name. Okay, so I get them on the phone. Well, if you pay us $20, we'll release the domain name. What basis, and I stopped the guy from screaming, what basis do you have for taking control over the domain name? We didn't do that. You're on the phone. This is admissible. Don't argue anymore. I'm looking at the domain name transfer record. What do you mean? You're not looking at the domain name transfer record. Here's the URL. And then I hear this noise on the other end. Oh. I'm like, yeah, your automated systems said that my client is yours and your client approved the transfer of a domain name. This is literally a form of electronic fraud. You've committed fraudulent behavior. You put a copy of your advertisement up where his site was. This is, by definition, hijacking a domain name. By the time I got done with that sentence, we released it. I'm like, this recording is going to be used as a way to have a little fun with you today. He's militant. I'm an activist. You stepped in it. And then I hear this. Well, we can keep this in court for years. Really? He's the district attorney for Multnomah County in Portland. Thank you for telling me that over the phone. So, along with him and 100,000 other people, GoDaddy and every other place that was pulling this crap got dragged into court, reamed with a drill, and told no. What did they do? They just started buying domain names up and saying, we're managing it for you, which means you never really own it. They won't let you own the domain name because they know that they can keep you on a string. If your domain name flops over, there's now a grace period, but it's put under domain parking. And it's done through some contract. And then they want 10 times what it's worth. TE. But if they never owned it, they can't do it, and it just comes up blank. Sometimes you'll visit a website that says, this domain name has not been configured, or just nothing responds. That means the domain name isn't hijacked. It's just not set up anymore. And the way you do that is you go through, there's other layers in organizations. Most of them ended up having to be corporations that were nonprofits to manage this so that nobody could take advantage of this. And oh God, someone didn't like that. GoDaddy, Network Solutions, Namecheap, Whois.net, which is supposed to be a subsystem, but it's not. Wix. Oh, don't even get me started on WordPress. Next. Domain.com. DomainsBot. Registrar. And a bunch of them in foreign languages. This is an example of corporate greed taking over the internet. None of you ever heard of it until now, right? I'll include all the links I can to that. We good? How many of you cared about that? The job of politicians is to get you upset about stuff that they don't financially care about. They'd misdirect you. I had one person asking me, why did this happen to my domain name? And I got them to give me some information. That's what happened. They got domain name jacked. And unfortunately, it's because they originally bought it from some company that never really sold it to them. In the fine print, it says you're renting or leasing this. Sort of like if you're over the Pacific and your copy of Microsoft Office turns itself off because it's able to. Sort of like an internet kill switch, but in this case, it's just so you can get your job done. And then when you land, because now you have internet access, they say, well, you have to pay us $20. And you tell them over the phone, no, I'm going to install some open source software, and fuck you. No, I don't think everything's right. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.